Charlotte Hornets actually play at some of the slowest pace in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
So they were able to kind of slow the game down and give LaMelo chances in the half court. And he's honestly, I was gonna talk to you about this because it's in my notes, but bro, he's become a pick and roll demon. I
Yeah.
mean, I'd say he's a top five pick and roll player in the NBA, and people don't really think about that. But you
Mm-hmm.
can't play drop against him. And then if you do, right, he's gonna shoot the three.
Yeah.
So it's tough putting Jackson Hayes in that spot because he's worse than Anthony Davis. He can't guard LaMelo Ball out there. So
When Shea is in the game, you could just tell that we play with like a confidence. We have like that swag, you know what I mean? Like they just play more
yeah,
confident when he's on
yeah,
the floor, which I mean, I think it just kind of goes with anybody. You know, when Luca is on the court, you can, like you said, you see Jackson Hayes is it's easier for him to get buckets because it's just the game opens up so much more whenever you have those type of players on your roster, and I think it just kind of goes back to Thibodeau's coaching style, bro. Like you said, it just you're playing five guys 35 minutes or more in a game. What
yeah,
realistically,
yeah.
what are you? How is that going to be successful? You know what I mean? Against a good
Right.
team that is probably 9, 10 deep, realistically. You know, especially these top
Damn, that
teams.
shit frustrates me hearing you, bro. I
Bro,
just don't get it.
it's
Yeah,
frustrating because he's been doing this. Like, no, not trying to discredit him. He is a
yeah.
great coach, but like we lost Derrick Rose because of that. You know what I mean? Like think about that, bro. Like there
What's
was
going on, everybody? It's your boy ZD with the lovely co-host CJ. Man, it's your boys at Three Man Weave. Man, CJ, we ain't talked in a little minute, huh? It's been a little while.
yeah, bro. It's been like
I think we
a
got a
week
lot of
at
stuff.
least.
We
Yeah,
got Yeah, yeah, for sure. But we was going through some things, trying to figure out some things on the business side. But man, we here now.
yeah.
So,
We're back.
bro, we got a lot to talk to you guys about. Obviously, we're gonna talk to you guys about the Lakers. We're gonna go through the MVP straw poll that just came out before the All Star break, and then also talk about that All Star game and the All Star game MVP.
Mm-hmm.
See what we got cooking up in that regard. Um, Obviously, I think we can just get right into it because me and CJ are straight to the point type of cats. But yeah, man, this new look Lakers team. I mean, bro, I think the losses to the Hornets and the Jazz kind of signaled to JJ like, yo, I got to do something about Luca because I think with the Mavericks having AD hurt, this is the perfect time to step on people's throats, and that's what the Lakers have been doing. I think this is the time to make a playoff push. Like this is the time to show, especially with our schedule coming up for sure
Mm-hmm.
in the future. But this is the time to show that like we're a contending team, and I think this game against the Nuggets, obviously, if you guys didn't watch, obviously, I could talk about the Hornets and Jazz game. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, they were bad games. I think Luca was averaging like 14 points and like 3 rebounds, 6 assists
Yeah,
over
crazy.
those 2 games. It wasn't anything good. I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
honest. Also, we gave up a ton of points in the paint. Our defense has really been a lot better recently, and I think that's due to actually. I want to give this guy a shout out, Jared Vanderbilt. I got on him on this pod earlier talking about how he was always hurt, but as soon as he came back, he made an immediate impact, and we've needed every single bit of his defense. But the point was, I think in the Jazz game, the threes. Lowry Marketing was cooking us. I watched it straight through,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, I have them in my notes. Lowry Marketing, I think, is just a special player who doesn't get a ton of the credit that he deserves. We were always talking about the Jazz,
Yep.
especially on past pods. Like, bro, they're good, bro.
Yeah.
If you don't guard, if you don't lock up John Collins and Lowry Markkinen and of course Isaiah Collier, bro.
Bro.
What the hell?
Bro, he
All these
yeah,
assists, bro.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah. No, no. I know you've been seeing it too, bro.
Yeah,
I know
bro.
everybody's been seeing it. So
Mm-hmm.
shout out the Jazz. I think they played a great game. Will Hardy's an amazing coach. They were able to penetrate and kick a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and they were just knocking down threes. I
Mm-hmm.
think when you win the 3 point battle, you should win the game in the NBA. I've said that before on previous pods, but if you're new here, that's kind of my mentality. It's like if you win the 3 point battle, there should be no reason you lose the game. And the Jazz were able to do that. And again, it's interesting. Sometimes I feel like the Lakers also play down too. We've talked about that before in previous pods as well, but we just don't always get up for these games, and I don't know why. That's why I was talking about it earlier. Whenever JJ, he said he couldn't sleep for 3 nights before they played the Nuggets, whatever. I think LaMelo Ball was going crazy
Mm-hmm.
because it was the rescheduled game that we talked about because of the fires. So
Yep.
hopefully, everything's good with that. But we obviously got to get to basketball, so that was that rescheduled game. LaMelo was cooking, not PJ, Miles Bridges was cooking. It was just, again, I think sometimes the Lakers get caught up in trying to, outrunning gun teams, and the Charlotte Hornets actually play at some of the slowest pace in the NBA. So they were able to kind of slow the game down and give LaMelo chances in the half court. And he's honestly, I was gonna talk to you about this because it's in my notes, but bro, he's become a pick and roll demon. I mean, I'd say he's the top 5 pick and roll player in the NBA, and people don't really think about that. But you can't play drop against him. And then if you do, right, he's going to shoot the three.
Yeah.
So it's tough putting Jackson Hayes in that spot because he's worse than Anthony Davis. He can't guard LaMelo Ball out there. So if they get a switch, there's tons of switching, which is fine because we're a pretty versatile group. But I think in that Hornets game, again, just the lack of defense. I think that's what bit us in the ass. And then Luka, I'll be honest, Luka, I had it in my notes too. He's been playing like shit previous to this Nuggets game, right? And I think that was also an issue too because we were expecting the 20-25 points from Luka Doncic and we weren't getting that. I think that game against the Blazers, it was a little better. He didn't have like an amazing game, but we were able to beat them. And that, again, like going 1-2 versus sub 500 teams, it kind of says a lot about where we are currently. But I think last night's game, because I say all that to say this, I think last night's game, like I was alluding to earlier, bro, JJ said he couldn't sleep for 3 nights before this game, and it showed on the court. I wanted to start with our defense, man. Dorian Finney-Smith, Jared Vanderbilt, even Roy Hachimura to a degree, they played Jokic. I think that's the best defense I've ever seen on Nikola Jokic this season. I don't think a team has played better defense than what was played last night. I want to say Thinking Basketball did a actual YouTube video on it, and I watched it this morning.
I saw it earlier, but I didn't click on it. I'll watch it whenever we hop off for sure.
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
That's why we won the. So, and I'm gonna be honest, Luka was cooking, bro. And this is what I was telling you. Because you knew it, bro. When he got traded, I'm like, y'all know who Luka is, man.
Yeah.
JJ was saying it before. Like, this dude's a killer. I think. You got to remember, these guys are human. It takes time to set in. You got to think about it, bro. You've been on a team for 7 years. Think about if somebody just told you had to move and you've been in your apartment for 7 years. Like, It's going to rattle your brain a little bit, 100%. Right? And that's not even on the same extent as getting, like, blindly traded.
Yeah.
So, like, Luka's brain has been rattled over the last 2 weeks, but I think this game he just let loose, and that's the version of the Lakers, bro, that can go to the finals. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. If they play defense like that and then they have Luka doing what he's doing on offense, plus LeBron James for fun.
Yeah.
My goodness. This dude's 40, about to turn 41, whatever. He's getting out on the break like he's 20, bro.
Yeah.
We got Luka. Like I told you, the Luka-LeBron duo just, rebound, outlet, dunk.
Yeah.
You've seen it coming. Seen it coming, and you're like, oh, no. But I say all that to say this. I think Luka has made everybody better in a sense that Jackson Hayes, I think, was on a stretch where he went 16 of 16 from the field, and it's just because he's getting dunks from Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Hayes doesn't even have to be Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
he just has to be able to guard decently and then dunk the ball. Like, that's a pretty simple game to me.
Yeah.
But the way we were playing off Luka last night, Austin Reeves was in double figures, had 20. Rui Hachimura in double figures, had 20. LeBron James in double figures with 25. Luka with 30, 10, and 7. Come on, man. Come on.
Bro.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
And then when you add in Jordan Goodwin, not Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, and then Dorian Finney-Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro, like I told you that's a solid roster.
Yeah.
That's a top 5 roster in the NBA to me. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The way that I think we were able to gel as a team really showcased to me what the peak Lakers look like. And I'm gonna be honest with the audience too. I don't even know if we were going all out. Like, I think the Nuggets had a pretty poor game. Jokic only had 12 points. He did have a triple-double, but he didn't shoot at all from the field. Yeah. But I think that was due to our defense. I think, again, we were playing – if you watched the game, you saw it. I think the defense that we played last night was the best defense we played all year. And then, again, to allude to the playoff kind of atmosphere, I think we were going all in for sure, but also not all the way. I think Luka has some more juice. I think LeBron has some more juice. But yeah, just the killer came out last night, and I think I'm gonna be honest with the audience too. Like, it's gonna be hard to stop LeBron James and Luca if they're in that mode. Like,
Mm,
there's just not a lot of guys that can take over a game. You know, Shea's one of them, right? But we have two on the same team, and it's
yeah.
not to say Anthony Davis couldn't do that, but Luca does it in a different way because you said it, he dominates the ball,
Hmm.
and so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And yeah, bro. I was just I kind of wanted to hear your thoughts if you watched any of it, cause bro,
Yeah.
it was like what I was telling you about. I was like, this is a finals team. This can be a finals team.
Dude, the
Like
thing
this
that I've
team right
been
here.
like really impressed with y'all is like I feel like LeBron is like rejuvenated. You know what I mean? Like Luca being on the team, like
Rejuvenated.
he got didn't he just drop another 40 bomb the other night?
Yeah, on the
Yeah,
Blazers,
on the
bro.
Blazers. Yeah, so it's like you know what I mean? It just seems like him, getting Luca on the team kind of just, put a fire under his ass and is like, okay, yeah, like we not saying that with Anthony Davis y'all weren't going to be able to get to a finals or Western Conference Finals whatever it may be, but like obviously you have Luka Doncic on your team now. So it's different, bro, but yeah, I'm not going to lie, wasn't really like watching a lot of games. I watched the games last night. Didn't get to watch this one, but I watched the Thunder. But just being able to like see, y'all kind of figure shit out. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of like what is next? The consistency with the Lakers. That's kind of
Yeah,
always been
right.
our question throughout this whole season. And now it's y'all, like you said, bro. Like this team on paper and like the way y'all have been playing is a potential finals team. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'll say that straight up. And that's coming from a Thunder fan. You know me, like you know how it is. Like
Yeah, I know.
obviously
I know you're not lying
we're
for
we're gonna
sure.
have to eventually get to that point
See,
where yeah we'll get to that point where in the playoffs we
we'll
could
see.
be a playoff series and stuff. So if y'all play defense like y'all have been, especially against the Nuggets last night, yeah, I don't really see a reason why y'all can't make it that far, honestly.
Yeah, I think you know. So my biggest question mark is like Jackson Hayes in the playoffs. But again, like I
Right,
said, he has a really simple job. He doesn't even have to be Anthony Davis. He just has to be okay on defense and then dunk the ball.
right,
Like that's it.
right.
Those are his two jobs. And if he can somehow figure out a way to do that, I think we have a decent enough roster where again, like DFS who's been in the playoffs a ton, Luca's been in the playoffs a ton,
Yep.
LeBron, AR like has been
Yep.
in there. So we have guys that are used to doing it, Rui. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we'll see. I don't know if we're better than the Thunder, the Cavs, or any. My goodness, and we'll talk about those dudes in a second. But
Yeah.
yeah, well, I think last night proved to me like, okay, yeah, I see the pathway here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's clear, and I think the Mavericks have a clear pathway too. I mean, we can talk about them
Right.
like later, but Kai's been 35 or above pretty much since Luca's left. Like, man, if Nico figures that out, if AD can come back, then more power to them. But I
Yeah.
think the Lakers are scary
Yeah.
for sure.
No, yeah, I agree, bro. Like I said, y'all have been a good team at like certain moments throughout the season, but y'all are looking really good right now. So yeah, it's dope to see, bro. Like
Hmm.
obviously,
Yeah, yeah, top four.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, clap it up for the boys, bro. Cause like y'all getting Luca, bro. That's obviously he hasn't been playing to the level that we know he could play at, but we know
Right.
what Luca can be. So once he figures that out, and obviously you have Braun on the team, AR has been balling at like I would say all-star level. You know what I mean? It's gonna be
Oh
hard, bro.
man.
It's
Oh
gonna be
my.
hard. And
Yeah.
and and like you
I,
said, you
I
don't.
was gonna say, I was gonna let you know. I don't know if we'll be able to keep him, but we'll
Mm,
see. We'll see.
yeah, that's
Cause
gonna
he's
be.
cooking, bro. AR is cooking,
He's
bro. Like
he's
he's cooking to the point. I was gonna tell you, triple digit type contract, not
yeah,
no 90 million. He's going for 100 or above.
for
I'm
sure.
like, dang, I don't know if the Lakers have that with
Yeah,
Luca now. Like, I don't know if we have that, but we'll
yeah,
see.
yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. So let me ask you this question, just kind of like piggybacking off of because I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter. They're saying that AR is probably the best third option in the league. Do you agree with that?
Mm.
Or who would be your, let's say, like top five or off the top?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
no. Sorry, I should have told you
You
about
know
this, but
who came to, no, 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 no. No, I got you. Like I can think about it,
right, right.
bro. You know who came to mind when you answered that?
What's up?
Bradley Beal. For me,
Okay.
I'm still taking Beal over AR. Just seasoned veteran can still score the ball, and in my opinion, Beal's probably the best third option. Like And you guys can look at his stats. Like he ain't been too bad.
Yeah.
I think Beal's been pretty solid, especially over the last few games.
Hmm.
AR has been better than him this year, though. But in terms of like what I would want and what I'm looking for a little bit taller of a guard. But also another one is probably MPJ
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Solid,
Solid. He's
solid.
balling
He's
out
been
this season,
yeah
bro.
yeah, and Jamal Murray and Jokic obviously are their
Right.
duo, but when you add MPJ in there and he's hitting like those three balls, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Tough
If
contested
MPJ
jumpers and
gives you,
shit. Yeah,
bro,
bro.
yeah, we can count him out, bro. He was not supposed to be here. Went through those back surgeries and ended up getting paid somehow. But he's
Yeah.
an awesome NBA player. I
Yeah.
love the way Michael Porter Jr. plays.
Yes,
So
bro.
him too. Kind of a different style player.
Right.
Let's see. And then probably McCall Bridges too. Like he
Okay.
hasn't been the best, this year,
Mm-hmm.
but in terms of what he can do, like 3 and D,
Mm-hmm.
he's solid third option, bro. So
Right.
probably those are like my three.
Three.
Probably
Okay.
even before AR. I think AR is more of like just offense. Like I don't really think he can guard, bro.
Yeah.
That's the problem with him.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like that is the only
he be
thing.
doing everything else, but
Yeah.
yeah, like he can't really. Oh, that's what I was gonna say to the audience too. Luka can't guard. Traffic cone.
Right.
It's a problem. Same with LeBron.
Yeah.
We don't have a ton of people who can guard.
Yeah.
Like we have to kind of besides Vanderbilt, DFS, and like Goodwin sometimes and Royce sometimes. Like we don't really have people who can guard who can
Yeah.
stick you.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's the only.
Luca's a traffic cone.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the only thing with the Lakers right now that I'm a little worried about is just their defense. But like you said, they have moments where they are holding Nikola Jokic to 12 points. You know what I mean? So it can happen. It's
so yeah,
just
I'm super happy. I'm super happy. But like, can we guard Shea in the playoffs? We'll see.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
We'll see.
But yeah, I just kind of wanted to see because I've
If
been seeing.
Luca, bro, Luca can't be on Shea.
Nah,
Oh my goodness.
absolutely not.
No. But he also can't really guard J Dub or like you have to hide Doncic, but then he's gonna get brought into screens,
Yep.
and you know what happens in the playoffs. Sorry to kind of take over.
No, you're good.
Like they draw, like no matter the matchup, you can put Luca on whoever, but
Yeah, they're
no
just
matter
gonna
the matchup,
set a screen
they're
and
gonna they're
switch.
gonna set the screen and get the switch, and Luca's gonna get abused. So
Yeah. But now, yeah, I just wanted to see what you think because I know AR has been having an incredible season, but I've been seeing people on Twitter saying that he's the best third option and you this and that. But I mean, he's up there for me. But
little recency bias.
hundred
Yeah, he's up
percent,
there.
he's
He's
up.
top five.
I would say
I
this
don't know if
season
he's
for
like
sure.
one.
He's easily top five, easily
Yeah, I would say he's top three this year.
top
But like
three.
I said,
Yeah,
I think I still want Beal, bro. I might sound crazy, not for the money, but like, bro, he's still a bucket.
yeah, 100%. I think he's averaging like 18 this season. So yeah,
Yeah. He's been cooking kind of as the
yeah,
third option.
hell yeah, bro. But
Shout out.
yeah,
Uh, I watched the T Wolves game too, bro.
I did too.
So
Yeah, I
I
was
want
about
to
to
hear your
say.
thoughts on that.
So we played them before the All-Star break, ended up catching an L. It was off of a back-to-back. We had a couple people injured, but I don't like to use that as an excuse. Nas Reed balled the fuck out that game. He's having an incredible season. Like I think I asked you actually, like
He's been awesome for them. Yeah,
bro. I think I
he's
asked you.
just
I was like, "Hey, is he a part of their future?" And you said absolutely. And like I agree 100%, bro. The way
yeah.
he's kind of like a obviously he's not like Cat, but like he can produce almost the same type of numbers as Cat. Honestly, it's kind of crazy to think, but just the continuity
Yeah.
of the team is more so where they're at, and they played
Yeah,
a great
bro.
game that day. But we ended up going against them last night, and it was just pretty much third quarter. We kind of took over. Alex Caruso has been shooting lights out lately. He's been shooting like 40%, bro. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to the
Yeah.
boy, because I mean that's been my thing with him all season. It seems like he'll play 2-3 games and then he'll be injured for a couple of days and then he'll come back and he's just hasn't had a consistent year. But last night I think he hit like 3 threes in the third quarter and that was kind of when we started to take over the game. And bro, just defensively, bro, like I really want to talk about that because I think we're probably the best defensive team in the league right now. Obviously, like Cavs
Yeah.
are up there, but
Yeah.
just the amount of players that we can have that can guard 1 through 5 is pretty crazy, honestly. And it's just, I think I sent it to you. It's not that we're like vertically like the tallest team, or we're not, we,
Always
yeah,
right.
but we're quick. Like the side to side movement,
Super.
we're able to keep up with everyone. So, bro, I saw it. Me and Zach were watching it last night. I forgot who was going up for a layup, but like it was a fast break. Shea was right behind him. Literally just snatched the ball from him. And like we get a lot of steals like that, bro. It's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't see a lot of teams playing like that, for one, because more than likely they're gonna draw a foul, right? But I think
They're a foul, right.
our team is just really smart the way that we defend, and it seems like we're not as aggressive, and we know when to be aggressive, and we know when to, like, all right, we have help coming from the help side, you know what I mean? So it's like they just play so well together, bro. It's crazy. Like, I've been really impressed with our defense all season, but specifically that game, bro, because there's moments where, like, people think it's a foul or something, and it ends up just being a good block or just a good contest, and we just are running back on offense. Fast break points, bro. Like I said, big threes throughout the whole game, and then obviously Shea kind of took over as well in that third quarter, and I think that's been the main thing with our team this year. The commentators were also saying it, when Shea is in the game, you could just tell that we play with like a confidence. We have like that swag, you know what I mean? Like they just play more
Yeah,
confident when he's on
yeah.
the floor, which, I mean, I think it just kind of goes with anybody. When Luka is on the court, you can, like you said, you see Jackson Hayes is, it's easier for him to get buckets because it's just the game opens up so much more whenever you have those type of players on your roster. And bro, it's been incredible, man. Like I said, I haven't really had to deal with a lot of losses this season, thankfully. But whenever I do see it, it's kind of just like nitpicking little shit, like we've been saying. But bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, I
Yeah.
don't really have much to complain about these past couple games. Obviously, that loss against Minnesota sucked, but it is what it is, bro. It was our 10th loss of the season, and we're like 42-10. You know what I mean? So, but I just wanted
Yeah.
to highlight our defense for one, because that was incredible all game last night. We kind of started locking them up towards the end of the game, and then just we have like one role player each game that kind of steps up. Lately, it's been Isaiah Joe, who's been lights out from the three, and then we get these games with Caruso where he gets 9 points in a quarter, three threes, and it just kind of, that's that momentum shift. That's all we really need. And Chet's been doing really good. Obviously, he's still recovering from the injury, but I mean, he's gonna go out, get 3 blocks, get like 15 points. He hasn't been going crazy on the boards, but like we really just needed him there for that. Like I said, that vertical height, so it's not as easy getting to the rim, because that is the only thing with us. Whenever we don't have our big, they could kind of just bully us and get to the rim all the time. And I think that's kind of why in that first matchup with the Timberwolves, we struggled with, because, like I said, Nas Reed, they have Jaden McDaniels, Nikhil Alexander Walker. They have all these players that are
Yeah,
bigger
yeah, yeah.
guards, forwards that are able to dribble and get to the rim. And it's when you don't have a player like Chet, or when if Hartenstein gets in foul trouble, we don't have much out there. But yeah, no, I was super impressed with them, bro. So it's been great, man. Like I said, they hitting big threes.
Yeah, yeah.
Shay's 3 point has been super impressive for me this season. He's like pull up threes. You know what I mean? He does that little like side like step
He's
like.
the MVP. He's the
I
MVP.
I agree, bro. I agree 100%. But yeah,
Uh,
what were your kind of thoughts
just
of it?
yeah, yeah. The defense on Ant. Just got to get Ant help. Just talk a little bit more about the Timberwolves. I
Hmm.
just think they're really hurt right now. I think Randall being out and DiVincenzo being out. I think the Knicks kind of fleeced them, right?
Yeah.
We'll talk about the Knicks in a second, but it's just kind of a mess in T Wolves country right now. They lost to the Rockets, then had to play the Thunder, right?
Hmm.
So they've had a tough schedule. Ant's doing everything he can. I think he was coming off of 40-point nights, so he got doubled out the gate, or not out the gate, but pretty soon
Pretty,
into the
yeah,
game.
pretty much. Yeah.
Um, they do something called ice. They just ice the ball screen, which means you just like double, and then
Hmm.
bro, he swing, whatever. But so there wasn't a ton of offense from the Timberwolves side. I think, like CJ's alluding to, the Thunder defense is really, really special. I think adjusted for era, they're like the fourth best defense of all time.
Yeah, bro. It's nuts. Like, honestly.
So, and like you're saying, I think they're also scorching from three. I think over the last month or so before the All Star break, they're kind of but this last week they've been scorching.
Hmm.
So when
Yeah.
you're shooting 42% and then you give up 106 or 5 points per 100 possessions, there you go.
Yeah.
You get a lot of wins, not a lot of losses.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. My only thing with the Timberwolves, I think they have the most losses in like the clutch time this season.
The clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I wouldn't. I'm not gonna look too deep into that.
Yeah.
It's funny you brought that up. I think that's unlucky too, because you just sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't. But I think yeah, it does say something about the resiliency of their team.
Mhm. Yeah, I was about to say because
I think
it
that's what
was
it
it
is.
was a great game, bro. Don't get me wrong. Like we kind of started to pull ahead, like I said, after the second half. But like, bro, they went on like a 19-2 run and ended up leading by like four, and then we started
Mm,
going on a run, and it was back and forth the whole game, really. Until like I said, until the second half. But
yeah,
they were keeping up with us. That's what I
I
was.
think I think Ant has Ant has to bite off more than he can chew.
Yes, I
So I
agree.
don't know how. I actually think this year might have not hurt his development, but it's a little, And did you see what he did in the All Star game? Right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He did too. But um, he's had some interesting comments. He talked about how doesn't want to be the face of the NBA, just trying to hoop. If you guys watch Court of Gold on Netflix, obviously gotta shout that out. But
Facts. Shout out that.
KD, everybody on there, super. If you haven't watched that, watch that. Even if you're not a basketball fan, you're a
Hmm.
USA fan, but just he was just keeping it real. Like I'm not really that like you
Right.
guys think I am. Like I think I'm more of like I like to just kill and then go home.
Right.
That's exactly what he said. He told Malika.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Ant's in a weird headspace, bro. Like I think they're not hurting his development, but I think yeah, it's tough for him to get comes out on a ball screen and ice the screen every time, and he has to swing and then figure it out with players who can't really. They're not as athletic as him. I would say Nas and Rob. That's it. Like those two dudes are the only other people who can really like get to one by
Mm-hmm.
themselves. So it's just tough for Ant to do anything. But like
Yeah.
you're alluding to, bro, they've been in that all year.
Yeah.
Their clutch stats say that, and then their record says that. More importantly, honestly, it's funny. It's like yeah, okay, the clutch stats, but like win or loss, right? They
Yeah.
haven't been doing too well.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's like we've been saying, bro. Like Ant is like we were talking about it. He's developed a great 3-point shot this season. He's getting that in his bag now. But
He's been
it's
awesome still.
yeah, and it's just
Yeah.
his team isn't good enough. Honestly, like it just boils down to that. Like there's no one
Yeah,
besides
he's got
Nasri.
like four chicken tenders.
Yeah.
He's got four chicken tenders. You kind of eat them all at once, bro.
Exactly.
It's
And
just like
it's tough, because he is a great player, but like you were saying, he said that he doesn't think he's the face of the league. I think he said that's what Wemby's there for, right? Like he said that.
Wemby is. Yeah, yeah. No, it was cool. It was cool. Like I think he kind of acknowledges like I'm not that.
Mm.
Like I'm not gonna be 7-5 hitting threes, like getting a. I think Wemby could get a quintuple double.
Oh yeah, facts,
Seriously.
100%.
So like, yeah, it's like like he's saying like he's not lying in that regard. I just think it's cool to hear him talk and then just see his mentality because I think Ant seems to be really like unpredictable in a good way. Like his mood is changing a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
um I think their entire locker room is unpredictable, right? Gobert, Randall, like you just have like a lot of guys who are kind of they have question marks on their heads. So I think they're trying to figure it out right now. I think Julius Randle can hoop too, bro. I love the way he plays, but they just haven't had his services a ton to really see. I think if he's in that game, maybe the Thunder have to guard differently, right?
Right, 100%.
Bro, that's kind of my analysis on the T Wolves because you're right. The Thunder will keep winning, and they've been winning. Their net rating speaks for itself. At this point, we're already more than halfway through the season, so anything that has to do with their statistical input, it's all real.
Mm.
You've been seeing it for the last 50 some games. Like
Right.
it's what it is.
Yeah. No, 100%, bro.
For sure. The stats don't lie. But you want to spin around the NBA real quick?
Yeah, bro. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So I recently, shout out K, De'Aaron Fox, and Wemby. We were trying to go to the game. I ended up going with my girl, but
Hell yeah, bro.
yeah, I seen the Detroit Pistons and the Spurs game, and it was pretty cool. It was the reason I'm talking about it though is not for what you guys might think. It was sad because we didn't see Wemby in attendance. So I was gonna ask you, did you see vascular thrombosis injury or
Yes,
something like
bro.
that.
I saw that shit, bro. It sucked. We just saw him in the All Star game, and then that happened. Literally,
Yeah,
right before
yeah,
they were gonna play at
sure.
Moody too.
Yeah, I
Crazy.
think so. Not just that, but like I think Pop also was recently ruled out as well.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
they've
I saw
been
that too.
in a tough little spot. They did lose, so I think the Spurs' hopes for this season are probably done. But it's interesting because when I went to go watch the game, I noticed that Keldon Johnson's getting a lot more run. Who honestly he needs to because that dude can hoop, but
Hmm.
he just hasn't been in the right spot. I think he had like 20 points, bro, against the Pistons.
Yeah. Well, he
You
was
can check
cooking.
for me if you
Yeah, I
want,
got
but
you.
yeah, he was cooking. And then Fox had a lot, but they just don't. They can't guard. And I think Wemby was the DPOY man. You were looking at him, so and the NBA was really willing to be like, nah, the Spurs like we got to give it to Wemby because he's just Wemby, but they really can't guard without Wemby. I
Yeah.
think Mamu's out there, and then they got Bismack Biyombo who's on every single team now. But yeah,
Facts.
I wanted to give a shout out to Kirk too because Kirk Goldsberry he works for the Athletic, but I guess my girl be working with him, so we were chopping it up with him at the game, so I got to shout him out because he
Hell
told
yeah.
me he would watch it. So
Fuck yeah, bro. Yeah. Keldon Johnson dropped 28, bro.
yeah, he almost had 30. He was cooking.
30.
Like I seen it firsthand. I was like, this boy's cooking. He
Yeah.
hot. Woo! He
Yeah.
dribbling, boy. So yeah, like I was rocking with that because he hasn't had a ton of
Yeah.
opportunities to go off. And anytime me and you watch the Spurs, he hasn't. It's Vassell, Castle, and Wemby, and
Hmm.
then HB. I think HB and CP3 when they're involved, they can actually be a decent team. But they've been struggling over the last 10 games. Previously before the All Star break and definitely now. How do you feel? Their future looks like for this season, but more importantly, going forward, do you think Wemby's injury is just a one-off thing, or do you think there could be some future issues?
So, like, kind of just going off of how I think they're gonna do this year. I mean, I don't think they're gonna be good, but honestly, I feel like not saying I would want to see Wemby injured, but for everyone that doesn't know, the Spurs had David Robinson and he got injured, and that's when they ended up getting the first pick
In Tim,
again,
right,
and that's when
right.
they got Tim. So I don't know.
That shouldn't happen.
History
That shouldn't.
repeats itself. That's all I'm saying. And if we
No way
see
they get Cooper
Cooper
Flag.
Flag on the Spurs, bro, I will be done. I would be done with this league. Because of course it would be the Spurs, bro. But
That's fraud. That's fraud.
but
That's fraud.
yeah, no. I mean, obviously, I don't. Hopefully, De'Aaron Fox can kind of show us what he is capable of doing with the Spurs because now it's his team. But I
He
don't
was
think.
cooking too.
Yeah. He had 27. That's what I saw. I was like, damn, that boy's nice. But like, just kind of just seeing, like you said, development of the young guys. Hopefully, seeing a lot of, like you said, Keldon Johnson's gonna get a lot of run. Stephon Castle's probably gonna be getting a lot of run now, so it's gonna be dope to see what they can do. But I don't think it's gonna amount to a lot of wins for the rest of the season. But honestly, at this point, like we've been talking about
I
this
was
whole,
gonna say they gotta get they better start losing.
yeah,
like
they
like you're saying, bro.
they
Let's not
yeah.
try to Piper. Like
Nah,
yeah,
yeah, they might as well because there's no point, honestly. Like
right,
Wemby's out for the rest
right.
of the season, and it's kind of like, well, that's
There you
where,
go.
yeah. And but if I think this is gonna be a problem for Wemby, man, I fucking hope not,
Hope not,
bro. I
right?
hope
Yeah,
not, bro.
yeah,
Because I mean, obviously, I don't know the injury exactly that what Chris Bosh had, but he had the same type of injury with the blood clots and ended up.
yeah.
I don't know,
Bi
like,
did too, and he came
yeah,
back.
yeah.
So like, there's
There's
some
two sides
history.
of the coin, so we'll see. But man, I hope not, bro, because that was the thing with Wemby coming in is like, oh, is he gonna stay healthy? And for the most part, he has. He'll get these little knick-knack type injuries, but this is serious. This is kind of like,
Yeah,
it could change his life. Like I was saying, like he might not be able to go on certain flights because like when your blood and stuff, if whatever. I was just seeing little tweets and shit. Obviously, I don't know how true that is, but it's kind of tough, because obviously we know what Wemby was DPOY for sure this season, and it's like, damn, you lost him now. Like, what's y'all's direction?
yeah.
Because y'all's team is essentially
No,
built
right.
around him, so. But I mean, I hope not. But
Makes sense.
not. I couldn't say, man. What do you think about it? Do you think this is
Fair
gonna?
enough. I mean, yeah, I don't want to put the Spurs fans too through much grief, right? But I think we haven't chopped it up much about them. I think the Fox trade we talked about at length. But yeah, I mean, I agree with CJ. Just try to lose the games, try to go get Cooper Flag. I hope Wemby comes back in a, supposedly they said he'd be ready by next season. I'm assuming it's like a calendar year thing, so I don't know. We'll see. I
Yeah.
don't know. It should be like a full 365.
Yeah, I agree.
So like I don't know if that's the start of the season. We'll
Yeah.
see. But um that's what they put out. That was the recent report. I think, yeah, bro, it's a somber day in San Antonio. Like I'm not gonna over talk about it, but we were all excited to see Wemby. I think he was gonna make an All NBA team and then win DPOY, but that's not happening, unfortunately. But I think we got another team that's been struggling too, man. The Knicks.
Mm.
It's interesting. They haven't been struggling. They play the cupcake teams, whatever, but against these
The
these
top
these above
teams.
500 teams, bro,
Hmm.
they don't be winning jack squat. They got smashed yesterday. They didn't get smashed. I think they came back in the third quarter. The Celtics are just so dominant
Bro,
too.
so good.
But I was gonna say I think they're kind of being overlooked right now. Like we're not really talking about them. The Celtics kind of on the back burner. Like this is the perfect time for them. But we'll get into that in another pod. But
Right.
the Knicks, man. Yeah, the Knicks. Um, I think it's worrisome to me because when they do struggle, bro, it's so apparent that they're tired. And we talked about this before on other podcasts, but we've talked about Tom Thibodeau's coaching style, what he likes to do, how he likes to run his offense through Jalen Brunson and Cat, and then that's it. Cat got hurt last night,
Yep.
and bro, they put him back in the game.
What was he doing out there, bro? What is he doing out there?
Like it doesn't matter if one of your players says, "Oh, I want to go out there." Who cares, bro? He's hurt.
Yes, bro. I
Like
just,
you,
I
you
just
sit
don't
your ass
understand it,
down.
bro. I don't understand.
I had to say that too. I was watching because yesterday's game, bro. I'm telling you, if you guys aren't watching NBA basketball on the weekends, bro, you
Oh,
missing out. Because I just be sitting. I can watch a slate all day.
all
But
day.
anyways, this was the afternoon game. I'm watching this shit. So Cat goes to the sideline, whatever. He walks off locker room. I'm like, all right, Cat's gone. Whatever. He was
Right.
kind of getting to it. This dude comes back out limping. Whatever. Tom Thibodeau subs him in. I'm like, bro, like.
Yeah,
What's the point of that? You're just running your players into the ground. But the point
bro.
is like that's why they lose to these teams who are dominant because I feel like the coaching style, the way Missoula coaches, he's very rotationally oriented, right? Like he knows who to sub in and who to sub out. He's thinking about that. Where the Knicks, I think, just want to play 5 or 6 guys, and
Yeah,
that's it. Jericho Sims can't touch him. Mitchell Robinson can't touch him.
yeah.
These dudes can't guard, you know, AP,
No.
right? I think you know what I mean. Like a 7 foot unicorn, kind of the first one. So it's been tough on them recently. They've had an insanely tough schedule. I think it gets easier on the back end of the season, but I did want to hear your thoughts kind of on their performance recently.
Yeah, bro. It's like you said, they do really well against these cupcake teams, but I think they were like 0-7 against the top three teams in the NBA, which I think were the Cavs, Celtics, and then Thunder. So I think it just kind of goes back to Thibodeau's coaching style, bro. Like you said, it just you're playing five guys 35 minutes or more in a game. What
Yeah,
realistically,
yeah,
what are you? How is that going to be successful? You know what I mean? Against a good
right.
team that is probably 9, 10 deep, realistically. Especially these top
Damn, that
teams.
shit frustrates me hearing you, bro. I
Bro,
just don't get it.
it's
Yeah,
frustrating because he's been doing this. And no, not trying to discredit him. He is a
yeah,
great coach, but like we lost Derrick Rose because of that. You know what I mean? Like think about that, bro. Like there was no reason he should have
yeah,
been in that game. And it's like why are you having your players out in situations like that? If you're losing or winning by 20, there's no reason. But I
no
digress.
reason.
But
Neither here, yeah, neither
yeah,
here nor there.
yeah. I mean, don't like to bring shit up like that, but it's just I don't know. That's always been my gripe against him, bro, and it sucks because I think the Knicks are a good team, but if you're playing your players that much each game, especially in the regular season, what do you think's gonna happen in the playoffs? Like realistically, they're gonna be
Yeah,
injured or
bro.
they're gonna be beat up more than likely. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not a head coach, so what do I know? But at least try to get some of your younger players some rotational minutes in these
Yeah,
games. You know,
and the Knicks don't want to see the Heat
nope,
or the Celtics, right, or the
nope.
Cavaliers, right, or a lot of these
A
teams in the
lot of
East, the Hawks, right,
yeah,
that they could lose to because they just don't have the defensive firepower. There's a stat that I had in my notes, man. I hate to bring it up because I love the way he's been playing this season. I love the way Cat's been playing on the offensive end, but bro, he's the worst rim protector in the NBA
mm,
and the worst contesting defender in the NBA. Minimum 500 contests. So
yeah.
anytime he guards you, I think he's given up like 61% on contested jumpers, and then he's given up like 69% at the rim.
Damn, yeah,
69.
that's not good. That is not good,
Uh,
bro. Especially for your center.
uh.
That should
So
be, you know.
yeah, bro. I love Cat
Yeah,
too,
I
but
love
I
Cat
just
too.
think again when you're playing against the Cavs, you're playing against the Celtics, you're playing against these stronger teams in the East. Like CJ is saying, coupled with the running the team into the ground, and then you're just not that good defensively. And OG and Nobi can't guard everybody, and
Yeah,
McCall Bridges can't guard everybody, right?
right.
So Brunson, they have to hide. They have to hide Cat. They have to
Mhm.
hide. Sometimes they have to hide McBride. I think McBride's a great offensive player, but he can't guard it. He
Yeah.
can't really guard. So um, my overall thoughts, honestly, if you're a Knicks fan, probably sit tight, tread your way to the playoffs. Hopefully, Tom Thibodeau figures out some rotations and changes kind of the structure. But man, the next team, for example, the Cavs, right? Like, bro, I was gonna tell you right now, they're in my opinion, they're not better than the Thunder, but I think they're the best team in the NBA. And when I
Mm.
say that, I mean camaraderie, ball movement, the way they play defense, togetherness. I think there's actually a lot to learn from kind of Kenny Atkinson and the way that he's changed the culture there. Nothing against JB Bickerstaff because I seen him, bro. I seen him in San Antonio, and I was like, man, he looks good, bro. Like he changed Detroit. Like
Yeah.
Detroit has hope. So
Mhm.
JB Bickerstaff's a good coach though, but I think what Kenny's been able to do for Cleveland, um, their game against Memphis, bro. I mean, come on, Donovan Mitchell, another 35. I've always talked to Cy about it throughout the year, but it's just the Cavaliers are just they have so much hope.
Mhm.
I think the way that they've been able to build around their two kind of forward center type players, and then Evan Mobley's ascension coupled with Darius Garland not going through a bunch of shit. This is what you get, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you guys have been watching closely, if you follow the NBA Instagram, anything like that, you guys see that they talking about the Cavs more too, switching their games to get it on prime time. I think that's awesome. Wanted to shout out Max Strus and Ty Jerome,
Yes, bro.
two players that, bro, like those dudes have completely changed
Yes. They're
their
yeah.
season. They're shooting 40% and above from three. Been out there the entire time. Can guard. Yeah, they have like a generational opportunity essentially to prove that their franchise is worthy with no LeBron. And I think they're really trying to capitalize that. And as crazy as that sounds coming out of my mouth, I think that's what they're trying to do because that franchise has just been surrounded in I don't know, deception you could say. They
Yeah.
feel like they get besides the 2016, right? Like they felt like they've been deceived by people.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, no, dude.
So
I was looking at whenever they played the Knicks, bro, just complete domination, bro. Like we were saying, it's when you're
yeah,
10 players deep, 9 players deep, it's hard for the Knicks to be able to keep up with you. And when you're having
they lost by like 20,
dude,
30,
I
bro.
know
I
that's
didn't
what I'm
want to
saying.
talk.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up, but yeah, bro. And they also picked up DeAndre Hunter in a trade too, and he was balling
Oh,
out.
I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, so they're looking good, bro. I'm not gonna
He's
lie.
showing out. Yeah, like you told me, bro. You were like this. Nah, like he's been killing. I'm like, but
He was
he's
Yeah,
been showing out.
he's been showing out, and he's on a team that, I mean, he's pretty much just a perfect plug and play player for them. Honestly, he could defend, he could shoot well. He's scoring so far
Hey,
with them like 13,
he
but I
might
think
be a part of their future.
yeah, I
I,
agree.
I can't believe it. I don't know why the Hawks did that because
Yeah,
he's solid.
so crazy, bro. But yeah, no, just kind of just piggybacking off what you said, bro. I've been super impressed with them. Even when we played them that first game, the like you said, the ascension of Evan Mobley's offensive game is super impressive, and the fact that him and Jared Allen are able to get 4 or 5 assists a game, and they're your big man. It's opens up your offense so much when you have a guard. Your backcourt is Spida and Darius Garland. You know what I mean? So I would say they're probably one of the most complete teams in the NBA. To be honest.
Yeah, dude. There was a like they just have like a light about them when they play
Hmm.
this year.
Yeah.
So if you get an opportunity like to watch them, they just play with a ton of joy. Like there's just no, I see like no disconnection.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's like I think now I'm at the point too. I had it in my notes, but I think they're just good.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even it doesn't even cross my mind anymore to be like, oh, or the Cavs. Like I just be telling someone, I'm like, oh, they're just good.
Yeah.
Like they're just actually a good
Yeah. Y'all are
team.
good this
Like you're
season.
talking about. I think yeah. I think like the core that they've built though will set them up for the future. I think when you talk about adding DeAndre Hunter, Mitchell, Garland, Mobley, Jared Allen, like all those guys are fairly young. I
Young.
think
Yeah.
Jared Allen's about to hit his full prime, but
Hmm.
Mobley, Garland, and Mitchell is in his prime, but um, Garland's early, Mobley's early. So yeah, man, I think it's the Cavs are here. They're a finals contender in my opinion.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you that before we get into the All Star game.
Yeah.
Are they they're the real deal, right?
Yeah, they're 100%, bro. I feel like we've been. I think I asked you that too, like earlier in the season. Are we underestimating them, or I said something within those lines, and you said no.
Yeah,
I
you
think,
did, you
I
did.
think we're. Oh, what'd you say, bro? It's gonna piss me off. But it was,
I think, I think we're under talking about them, but I
yes,
think we have them. I think yeah, we weren't talking about them enough.
enough. Yeah, that's
But
what
I
it was.
think
But
I
now,
think they yeah
yeah,
they're
they've
solid.
proven to me that they're gonna definitely be contending for the Eastern Conference Finals for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Um, but nah, bro. Do you want to talk about the All Star game a little bit? I know. Hey, I got some thoughts to talk about. Obviously, I think for people that were upset with the format, it's understandable. In my opinion, the first two games were pretty cool. The
Mm.
weekend was also pretty cool. I think the 3 point contest went well. Shout out Tyler Hero. Me
Ty,
and Los were really
yeah,
texting about that. Super happy about that. Like that made my day
hell yeah,
seeing him win that. And then obviously Mac McClung like jumping over the car. I think
yep.
kind of has the photo of the year. So I kind of want to hear your thoughts about how the weekend went for you, and then the MVP as well.
Yeah, bro. It was good. I would say that. Like, wasn't like didn't blow my socks off, didn't, but it was fun. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like I feel like that's the thing that when we talked about it, bro, just kind of having a mentality of like, bro, like just enjoy it for what it is, Don't like scrutinize it too much because like you're going to go in already not enjoying it. And I feel like that's the thing that we've been doing these past couple of
man.
years and I had fun, bro. I mean, I was watching the All Star game. We went to Pluckers and we are kind of chilling with the boys and stuff. And shit, I had fun, man. This man Curry was shooting half court shots, hitting you know what I mean? So like that's fun to me. I
And
love.
Wemby was playing all out,
He
bro.
was, he was for sure.
And Jaren Jackson Jr. And
Yes.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah, bro. So it was fun, bro. Like I said, it wasn't like the best All Star game I've ever seen in my life, but I definitely had a good
No,
time watching it. And I feel like that's really
that's
all that
all a lot of
matters.
people say was trash. Yeah, like it wasn't trash. I
It
think,
wasn't
in my
trash.
opinion, so to kind of piggyback off what you're saying, the first two games, I don't know if the Rising Stars need to be in it, but I thought it was cool how they gave the blue team a run for their money. We got Kate, like you were saying, KD, Steph, James Harden, like they were like, oh, okay. Like
Hmm.
Castle, Keontae George, like they started to hit a couple threes. They're like, okay, these guys kind of want to play. They ended up winning the game, JT, whatever. But I think that first game, obviously Brunson was kind of the oldest one on that squad with J Dub, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wemby, bro, just seeing how hard Wemby was playing, and I think that moment with him and Kyrie was pretty cool. To me, bro, I think, like I said, I thought the weekend went pretty well. I thought it was funny to me seeing them in the skills to like fuck around. That was
Oh
funny
yeah,
because
yeah.
I saw that live and I thought that was hilarious. Like I was dying laughing because I was like, bro, Wemby not even
Yeah, try
shooting,
it,
bro.
yeah.
Like no, I knew it was CP3. I was like, CP3 put you up to no good for sure. But
Yeah.
um, kind of like I don't know if we need to do the format again. I think, Steph won the MVP on some light shit. Like, I don't know
Right.
if he was like the best one there,
Right.
but I thought it was kind of funny how you got it. I don't really know how you kind of have to give the MVP to the last game. It's
Right.
not like all the games combined. So I think if you do a format like that, you should probably switch it up, like MVP of the final, and then like MVP of the tournament. That
Yeah.
way, you can kind of separate it. But
Yeah.
other than that, bro, I had a great time. Like I said, seeing Tyler Hero was probably my highlight, just because I know he really wanted to win that.
Hmm.
And I think Dame. I don't know if you saw this, but Dame was like, "I'm done. I'm pissed. Tyler got it from me because he was going for the three-peat."
Yup.
And he was like, "I'm done, bro. Like
So go,
like he
yeah.
can have this one. I got the ones in the future. I'm
Right.
done." I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
"Shit, you got
Yeah.
Dame to retire." He said, "I guess I got Dame to retire."
That's
I was like,
crazy.
"Damn,
Yeah. Yeah.
good
That.
shit, good
So
shit." Nah, get him out of here.
get
Get
him
him out of
out.
here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get him
Yeah.
out of here.
What? So did you like that format? Like, do you think they should keep it for next year?
Um, Personally, I liked it because I think it made people go harder. But I
Mm.
think you have to change the teams, and I think you should make it um maybe again like not a target score, like maybe a half 24 minutes
Right.
or
Yeah.
whatever. Like you just like it's because I think the target score kind of, if somebody does get hot, you got to remember these guys are NBA players.
Yeah.
Somebody gets hot, it's over.
Yeah.
Like you don't
Yeah.
want to just kill that off rip because the
Right.
target score kind of like, if Curry gets hot, he could hit 10 threes.
Yes.
10.
Yeah.
That's 30 points,
Yeah.
bro.
That's like,
Like
yeah.
it could go by quick. So 40 was a little low to me, but other than that, bro, I loved seeing like guys like they tip the ball, and I see like they were guarding. Like I was
Yeah.
happy. I was like,
Yeah.
man, I'm lit. So
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, I had a good time watching that game, as like all those games as well, because it seemed like, they were actually playing defense because they had a target score, you know what I mean? But it only sucked just because, like you said, if they're NBA players, bro, like someone's gonna go on a heater, they're not gonna be missing shots the whole game. So 40 points really
right,
isn't that
right,
much, so, but no, yeah, it was
exactly. Especially if you're not, like, you have to do ones and twos, like,
right.
but you can't do that. So that's why I'm telling you, like, if Curry does actually hit 8 triples, like, you don't want to be like, fuck.
Fuck. Yeah, it's like that's more than half
Yeah,
the
like
score already.
scrambling because you're like, oh, whoa, like we didn't think this would happen, like
Right.
whatever. So,
Yeah.
but gotta give. I mean, it was their first year. I think a lot of people, like I would have loved to have been there, but
Yeah.
I think
100%.
just a lot of people already thought it sucked, and that's whatever. I thought it was like, out of a scale of 10, 10 being the best, one being, I thought it was like a 7.
Right. Same. I
Like
agree.
it's nothing crazy, but I'm probably gonna forget about it for sure, and like
Right.
all the All-Star games.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not gonna be anything.
I agree.
But yeah, bro, I do want to hop right into this MVP discussion because I told Taylor, I was like, I'm gonna call you at 7, so I want to
Okay.
get into this
Yeah, yeah.
because um I don't want to forget about the poll, but I think we can go through it a little bit more in depth on the next episode.
For sure.
But what are your thoughts on Shea, Yoke, and Giannis? Just to give the audience a little rundown, those are the top three right now in that order.
Mm.
Giannis is currently third. I think he has the most third place votes. Obviously, that's why he's third, but I think it was like 106. Second, I think he has the second most second place votes. Jokic has like a ton of second place votes and some first place votes, and then Shea has the majority of the first place votes, and then that's kind of how they do the straw poll. So the more first place votes you get, the higher you go up on the straw poll. So like somebody could, not have as many votes, but if they have more first place votes than somebody else, they'll still be above them. And
Hmm.
that's kind of how it is with Shea right now. I think Jokic has more votes,
Mm.
but they're not first place
First
ballot votes.
place.
So
Yeah.
what are your thoughts? Yeah, what are your thoughts on? I just had to explain that for the audience because I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
you know, but what are your thoughts on the top three? I want to hear what your thoughts about Shea, but more importantly, Jokic and Giannis. I feel like we talk about Shea a lot,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I feel
I
like,
did.
I talk about Shea enough. I don't, I'll just kind of give a rundown. I think he's hands down having the best season of his career, and we're the best team in the league right now, so it's kind of hard for us not to give it to
He's
him.
the MVP.
Yeah. Long story short, he's MVP. So it's kind of over that second and third spot. I think Jokic is for sure the second best player in this league right now. Arguably MVP if you want to have that conversation. I don't like to have those conversations because it's all about the numbers with Yoke, right? Like he's having statistically one of the best seasons we've ever seen, honestly, and efficiency and all the assists that he's getting, all the the points he's been scoring this
So
season.
is Shea.
Yeah, 100%. But it's seeing it from the center position, it's unheard of, right?
There
So
you go. There you go.
it's one of those things where it's pretty much it's seeing what people care more about, and it's something that we've always talked about. What is the MVP actually based on? And at this point, for me, Shea's the MVP in my eyes, but Jokic definitely second, it for sure. And then,
I love how you got straight to the point.
yeah, I would say because I mean,
Because Shea's the MVP.
yeah, hands down, bro. I mean, it's just one of those. I feel like if you have conversations with people that don't really watch hoops, they'll just be like, "Oh, well, these are the on-off numbers for Jokic. These are the on-off numbers for
Yeah. Well,
Shea." It's
let me
like,
ask you this: is it a two-headed race? Like, you think Giannis has a chance? Because I wanted to spend some time talking about him, but I don't think he has a chance, bro. It's nothing against Giannis, but
nah, I don't.
what Shea and Jokic have done.
Hasn't he been injured too these past couple games? Or
Yeah, 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 yeah. But
obviously, yeah,
no,
but
yeah, but he's still within the game. He's
right,
still within the games.
right. I think it's just a two-headed race right now, bro. Honestly, I don't think unless Giannis they just magically end up becoming like a second seed in the East or something. I don't think it's gonna really matter for him. Sadly, it's just one of those seasons for these two players that we're watching. They're kind of just
Yeah, no, yeah,
head above heels with everyone else in the league. It's like a gap between Jokic and Shea to Giannis. Obviously Giannis
yeah.
is great,
So,
but
I, so it was interesting when I was looking at the ESPN article about it. It seems like again people are still favoring Jokic.
yeah,
I I understand voting for him. Like I think, in my opinion, it's Shea just because like if we want to give it to the best player on the best team, it's got to be Shea, and he also has like the second best stats, so he's like right there.
yeah,
Like not the best counting numbers, but he's a better defender than Yoke. I think Yoke has to do a lot of he has to make up a lot of ground in the winning department, and that's really what's keeping him from being at that number one spot. But
hmm
I think you guys heard my opinion. I'm rocking with Shea. Obviously, Shea is the first coming out of the straw poll after the All Star break, and that's not a surprise. I think he's still been playing at an MVP level as well. He just hasn't slowed down for 3 years, and now he's finally starting to get the recognition that he deserves. So, hopefully, I want to talk to you more about it because, like, I'm like I
dude.
got my dark horses and stuff, but I think I gotta save that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I'm just, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If Shea wins this MVP, bro, I think I'll shed a tear, bro, for real. I'll be
I get it.
my
I would
team.
too,
My
man.
team has had 3 MVPs in like different eras for our team. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah, I would
I
too.
feel like a lot of team that doesn't happen for a lot of teams, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Not at all.
it's like the same player winning it multiple times or 3 times in 5 years, like type shit. It's
Yeah,
never
he's got to do it for the city.
right, 100%, bro. But yeah, that's kind of my
Bro, he in court of gold. He's in court of gold, bro, and the pain that he felt after he lost, like you'll see. Like this is why I like Shea. He's like, yeah, fuck, I didn't realize it's like 4 years, bro, till we
yeah,
get this opportunity again. Like I'm not letting that shit slip through my fucking fingers.
right.
Like he's that type of dude. So
Hell yeah,
killer, ultimate, all time. So
dog,
yeah,
bro.
bro. I mean, it was nice chopping it up with you, my
Hell yeah,
brother.
yeah, hell yeah, bro.
It was
It's
always a pleasure, because
always
honestly, at the end of the day, like we haven't got an opportunity to really do that this week, but I want to make sure that I give you like more in depth, and obviously talk to our audience too as well, just about like the things that are going on in the NBA because I think it's important to give it the right amount of time it deserves.
100%, bro. Yeah, you already know. Anytime I'm able to chop it up with you about hoops, bro, I always have a good time. So appreciate you taking time out of your day, bro, for sure. Always. Was there anything else you wanted to say to the
Yeah.
audience before we head out of here, bro?
Nah, bro. I think I got more better analysis for you guys next time, but I'm on a little bit of a time constraint right now, so
Yeah, yeah,
but it's okay. I
yeah.
will make sure that, we get into this. I think next time we're doing rookie of the year, I think I sent you, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
look forward to that.
Yeah. All right, man. If y'all liked and enjoyed this episode, Three Man Weed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch y'all next time, man. Peace. Three man, three man, three man.
Peace. 3 man. 3 man.